Hello there, YouTube. So, I have a job interview today, so I was thinking before I have to go to my interview, why not show all my DIY projects that I've done? Show some of my projects. First, I'm going to start off with my candy, because I got really into candy. Here's my rainbow star cuff that I made. I'm really proud of this one, especially because it's a 2x layered cuff, meaning it's taller. There's my star cuff, right there. Then here's my non-binary pride rotating cuff. So you can tell it has a little rotating thing on it that says non-binary right there. This one took me, I think this whole bracelet in total took me a few hours to make. So it is one of my longer candy projects that I've worked on. Here's a trans pride paw multi-stitch that I did. I found this pattern on Pinterest and I thought it looked really cool. I downsized it a bit so that it fit on my wrist, but yeah, that's how it looks right there. Next is a bi pride themed X bracelet. This is a 3D cuff right here with an X base. As you can tell, it has the bi pride colors on it. And then here's my 3D rainbow colored one that has pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple right there. Next, with more multi-stitches, here we have Gurr. Here he is. Guess who made waffles? I'm not going to eat that. Enough! I'll try some already. Gurr's just a big goof, and I love him for that. My first multi-stitch is actually right here. It's a blood cuff. It's a little big on my wrist, so I made it more for like down my arm, so that, yeah, right. There's my blood cuff, my first ever multi-stitch. I remember how much of a pain in the ass it was to tie this off when I first started making it, but after I got the hang of it, I was so fucking relieved, because I was just like, I'm done with this shit. Next, let's go to my peyote cuffs. This is my first ever cuff I made. It's a regular old black one, and you can tell it just kind of looks like that. There's a bit of stretching on the top, because I remember the first time I would put these on, I would stretch out the tops like, wow, and yeah, it's a little stretched out, that's what I'm saying. Next is my second peyote cuff, which is red and black, because these two colors I love like no other. I just love red and black, so that's how it looks right there. Okay, now finishing up my peyote cuffs. This one is a trans masculine pride one. I made it a little bigger because it is supposed to fit more down on my arm. Yep, there it is. I made it out of 5 different colors instead because I didn't have enough candy beads to make like the full colors of the pride flag. With my X base, here's a Shadow the Hedgehog themed X base I did. This was my first ever X base candy bracelet that I did before I did all my 3D ones and also all my 3D cuffs, because a lot of the 3D cuffs you're gonna need an X base for, whether it's a 1X like this, these are 1X. Then there's 2X, which is what this is. And then there's 3X, which is what this beast is right here. It's a really tall one, so yeah, there's 3 different X base layers there. Then we we can go on to all my single bracelets. Here's my rainbow bracelet right there. Has some smiley faces on it. Then here's a kind of double bracelet I did. It's like a DNA shape. And I used black elastic when I should have used white, because this was the first time I ever used transparent beads as a whole to make a bracelet. But yeah, you can see how yeah, if I had white under these, it would be less see-through, because I also do, there's only one time black elastic really worked for me on a bracelet with see-throughs, and it's this, my green and black, but that's because every other bead's black, so you don't really notice the black string through the green. Well, actually you do, but it's more of, you know, a reasonable excuse. Then there's my other colors, so there's blue, there's purple. I can make a whole rainbow out of these, actually. Do I have an orange at all? I don't think I do have an orange. Let me check real quick. Okay, so I quickly checked, and nope, there is no orange that I could find, so here's all my current rainbow, like, single colored singles right there. I also have my rainbow and black colored Kandi single right there. I also have my Bi Pride Kandi single, because I love my Bi Pride shit. Then here's a Trans Pride bracelet that I made while hanging out with a friend, and she made me this right here. So if any of you remember Kay or Kenzie from my crazy acid story, yeah, she made this for me. Yeah, it's our little friendship bracelets. We wear them together now because it's our little best friend bracelet. Then here's another bracelet I made with a different friend. This one was a bit more shocking to her because I didn't make this with Kenzie. I made this with a completely different friend, and I remember when she saw it, she was like, "Why did you make it with the Xanax colors?" And I was like, I don't know, I didn't have an idea of what else to make that day, so I just made that instead. Okay, now we're going on to all my DIY accessories that I've done, because I've made quite a bit of them, and I think we should start off first with my crochet stuff, because I've made some crochet stuff a bit. Okay, here's my, here's a sunset colored scrunchie I made. For me, when I call things scrunchies, it's these things with these ruffles on them. When it's just a regular hair tie, it's a hair tie. But this is what a scrunchie is. That should put an end to the hair tie debate. I think if anyone has any disagreements, you can just shut the fuck up now. Okay, well, with that out of the way, we also have my, this right here. I found this pattern and this crochet piece through a video on YouTube. I mean, I also found this, but I don't remember the exact video. This pattern isn't mine, it's literally just single crochets around the hair tie, and then when you get to the end, you do a bunch of you do like 3 double crochets in each stitch, and it gives this little ruffle pattern right here, and then you continue on doing double crochets like regular, you know, just 1 into each hoop, and yeah, that causes a little ruffle effect that you see right there. Next is my snood. That's what this is called right here. I did this with some neon and black yarn just to give the appearance, and when you wear it, it's supposed to be worn kind of like this, and because I live where it's really cold, this comes in handy when the weather starts to go down, so yeah, I actually wear this quite a bit outside. And finished up talking about the crochet things that I have done, so let's talk about all my other accessories that I've DIY'd. This is what friends of mine online have referred to as the Joker, because it's a choker made out of jeans. My dad just gave me some old jeans and he was like, hey, I know you like to do stuff with like old clothes, so just do whatever. And I was like, okay. And so I just added some leftover spikes to this pair of like jeans, like the top part of it where it has like the button and stuff. I just cut that off and I added some studs and I painted over it black. And yeah, that's my jean choker right there that I like to wear. Next, we're going to talk about my hat right here. I sewed on some patches to this hat. I added on a Trans Anarchy patch to the front, and I added this possum right here to the side. Yep. Okay, here's my other hat that I have. I know that I look kind of ridiculous with hats on. I know, it's a bit different to see hair that's like normally kind of teased up a bit put into a hat. Yeah, this my dystopia patch right there. Sometimes like lighters they die out, so I put these. So I just take off like the caps and I put them on the edge of the hat. And there's also this chaos pin and my crafts patch that I made out of like some piece of trash I found by the side of the road, and I was like, oh, it's white and I can make a design of, and I drew like a cross design because I was bored, and then I went home, I'm like, hey, why not sew this into my hat? And so I did. I also have a little Dead Kennedys logo that I did right there. Yep. Gotta love the creativity. Also, yeah, this is the top. I definitely want to do something with this, but I haven't gone around to it yet. Now that we've moved on from my hats, I should show you all my gloves and arm accessories I've done. So first, here's my arm warmers that I'm gonna show. They're bell bottoms, so, well, not, they're flared. So when I put them on, they have a more kind of flared look to them, as you can see. I took a pair of old socks that had holes in them, and I decided, hey, these old socks can be turned into new arm warmers. So yeah, that's my socks as flared arm warmers right there. Okay, so I just changed out into my other gloves. These ones are more in a like longer fingerless style. I did the same thing that I did for the flared arm warmers, is I took some old socks and instead of just cutting the ends off, I cut the ends off, and I also added a little hole for my little thumbs. And I usually wear these when I wear bracelets because I deal with sensory issues due to my autism, so I usually wear these under bracelets or anything like that, just to provide kind of a barrier sensory-wise, so that I'm not feeling all these little like beads and bracelets all over. Instead, I'm just feeling this one arm warmer. Next, we got all my shirts that I've done over the years. Here's perhaps my only colored shirt that I wear on a regular basis. It's my Negative Approach shirt that I did myself. The logo seems a bit off-center, but what I did is I took a stencil, and if you want to find stencils for like shirts or anything, I highly recommend Stencil Punks on Tumblr or Anarcho Stencilism on Instagram and DeviantArt, because they have a lot of awesome stencils that I've even used myself. And this is one example right here, Negative Approach. Right there, I did a black painted job, and then I moved over the stencil a bit. I angled it, and then I did a white. So as you can tell, it gives it that nice little shade effect right there. The next shirt that I'm going to show is something that I didn't get from a stencil itself. I just took an old, like you know, like those packs of, like, free, like, Levi's t-shirts that you can find at, like, Marshall's for, like, $10. I took one of the gray shirts, I just freehanded 9 Inch Nails logo with a Sharpie, and that's how I got this new shirt. And because I found the logo that just sits at the bottom distracting, I cut it out, and then I flipped it around, and yeah, that's how it looks. So there's my whole t-shirt right there, my 9 Inch Nails shirt that was in my good old treasured CD haul video. I'd like to say thank you all for 30 subscribers. I just woke up after posting that video, saw there were like 30 subscribers, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like somewhat famous now? Okay, that's weird. Continuing on though, the same place I got my pots and patch from, I got this coffin patch from, and I added it onto this tank top that I got at a pride parade. There was this one booth that had like some clothes that were there, and I saw this, I was like, wow, this looks like a pretty neat tank top, and I decided to sew on this coffin right there. Speaking of anarcho stencilism, there's also this project I did with some stuff from anarcho stencilism. I took this piece of fabric and I used a carcass stencil that was made on and posted to anarcho stencilism. I got actually DM'd them for an early kind of like post, like an early PNG of this so I could make it. And yeah, there's the arm sleeve with anarcho stencilism stencil I used to make this. And then I got this Symphonies of Sickness back patch from eBay, and I just sewed it onto the front because this is some interesting lore. This was originally an Among Us hoodie from like Christmas when I was like 14 years old, and I wasn't even big into Among Us, but my parents are just like, here, have this Among Us hoodie, and it said some shit like, you look sus on it, like, fucking 2020 hoodie right there, oh my god. And here's another hoodie that I did this on. I don't know why I didn't do this on a plain black hoodie, but I decided to try and do it on like a red and black hoodie, and I made this skeleton sort of pattern with it. I haven't really worn this hoodie in a while, weirdly enough. I don't know why, because it's a really good hoodie. I just haven't really worn it as much as some of my others, which sucks because I really should, you know. And then I spent hours making every little thing in this. My battle vest. Yep, as you can tell, here's it in all its glory. It's all studded up on the back. I spent hours just studying the back. And we can go over a little patch tour right here, because why the fuck not? I haven't really worn this out much, because my back patch I decided to make it nauseous, and I decided of all things to do the Smash Racism one, which, looking in hindsight, is probably not the best decision, because I don't want to get my ass beat by some random skinheads, you know, so I'm thinking of what to do with that. I'm not sure if I should move it to a hoodie, a t-shirt, you know, just something different, just because, you know, I want to protect my safety, but I also love the design and stuff. So This is Gauze. They're a Japanese DB band, Japanese cross band. Here's Crass. We should all know Crass, UK anarcho-punk band. Disrupt, which is a crust punk band. Infest, they're like a grind band. Gloom is a crust band. Dead Kennedys, Nazi punks, fuck off. I love this patch because I made this patch by myself. Then there's Acid Bath, which is another patch I made by myself. And Gel. I got these 7 pins. I got these 7 pins from a shop on Etsy. Yeah, so I got those pins from this Etsy store, Pinned Up 77. Some of these things that I have, like some of these pins, I got them like over a year ago, so my short-term memory may not always remember exactly where they came from. But if there's like a specific pin or patch or anything that any of you are wondering like the origins of, then I could definitely give an answer to those. So I got this Misfits pin. I actually got at a record store. I saw it and I thought it looked cool. Man is the Bastard, the Skit System pin that I did myself. And here's a Dirt pin that I got from Pinned Up 77. Capitalist Casualties, Noise Not Music. I didn't even order this. This just came with the buttons, just as like a little gift. So then, coming to these patches, we got Black Flag, Doom, and Zionos. Then on this side, we have Venom, Anti-Cymax, and Gizm of Anarchy and Violence. I found a lot of these stencils on Anarcho-Stencilism, so all of these patches, besides the I Hate God one, were done with stencils from Anarcho-Stencilism. This I free-handed by myself. So this is I Hate God, Nausea, then Discharge, and Poison Idea. Let me sign it right there. There we go. Discharge and Poison Idea, right. So, those were all my DIYs. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for 30 subscribers. I hope you all have a nice day. Today I'm starting my day with my usual White Monster. I fucking love White Monster. It's like my favorite energy drink. It gets the job done. It tastes amazing. This thing might give me kidney stones, but hey, I don't care. You only live once, so why not take that time that you have, make some cool ass shirts, and drink all of the fucking caffeinated drinks that you want to. Don't let anyone stop you doing what you want to. Have a good day, everyone, and peace out.